You are literally sitting in answer prayers. Stand up. This is one of the hardest things that I've ever gone through. I am so upset. I am so angry. I'm so frustrated. I feel stupid. And I don't know how much I have to struggle until I find peace. I'm quite literally having an existential crisis. Like, not in a bad way, but jamais vu is what it was called. I feel like my life is about to change. The fact that we don't know what the future will hold is so crazy. And we spend our entire lives trying to make our futures better. But we really never know. I just feel in my soul that like a change is coming. A big change. I just got an opportunity to finally leave Tennessee. I just got a Chicago job offer after not being able to find a roommate here in Tennessee. Feeling like I'm never gonna get into PA school. Feeling just so stuck and down at my mother's house. But now I'm just like, all of that was for a reason. And I'm about to be on a new journey in my life. And last night I felt it. I felt it. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a beautiful day in Chicago today. The temperature is like 74 or 75. I'll be honest, this is probably the first weekend of nice weather in Chicago I've had so far. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Latasia. I go by Life of Lati on YouTube, not Life of Lat. And I recently moved to Chicago in December. I'm from Tennessee, born and raised. I'm kind of in this chapter of my life of being in a new city in my 20s, and I came completely on my own. So that kind of has to do with the topic of today's video. And I'm also in the park, so you might see people walking behind me. I am right in front of a nursing home, so it's like cute old people walking by. The topic for today's video is I hated my life, so I changed it. And you can too. Saying that I hated my life is kind of dramatic. I am a dramatic Pisces, very emotional. It can be really hard seeing people your age so much further than you are in life. Sometimes you can just feel like you're not doing anything with your life, or maybe you are and it's just not moving at the pace that you want it to move, just not where you want to be, and not living the life you think you should live. I'm gonna be looking down at my notes because I took several notes for this video. I'm someone who seeks validation in my academics. The people that know me know that being a PA was a big dream of mine, or goal I should say, and I have been trying for 3 years to get in. And this previous time I almost got in. I had an interview, I was so ready, I felt so great about it, and I got the rejection, and it just felt like my whole world shattered. And that's where those voice notes are from. I was so depressed. I just couldn't understand how I could work so hard towards something and still not achieve it. I will say that was the lowest point of my life probably. So if you're somebody who also is dealing with a big rejection, I'm hoping that this video can help you too. And that's why I hated my life just consisted of not being happy where I was, living in my mom's house, also living in a city that I felt like didn't have a lot of opportunity for me. So that brings me to the first step towards changing your life, which is changing your environment. If you're anything like me, environment is everything. I can't get something done unless the environment is ideal. I didn't start working out and eating healthy and going on my weight loss journey, which I'm still on, until I moved out of my mom's house and was living in an apartment alone. Then I felt like I had some control over what time I woke up, when the cleaning had to be done, and everything like that. After I was rejected from PA school the last time, I started applying to jobs in different cities. I felt like I was ready to get out of Tennessee. Tennessee's very conservative. You don't see a lot of like content creators. It's not a lot of acceptance for people who may be different, or people who might dress different or act different. Like, it's just very conservative, and there's a certain way you're supposed to act, and if you act different than that, people kind of judge you. And they're very loud with their judgments. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to be out of Tennessee, so I started applying to different jobs. I really wanted to go to DC area, but didn't get anything over there. Ended up getting a call back from a job in Chicago. Mind you, I had visited Chicago one time for a weekend, and I had the time of my life. And I got that call, I just couldn't help but to shed tears, because I felt so low in life. And so for me to get that call, God just knew I needed that call. If you guys are feeling stuck, maybe just try to move out of your hometown. I know that's not easy to do. It's definitely a privilege to be able to pay your own bills and live on your own. But it's possible. Believe in yourself and keep exerting yourself. You can't just sit in your sorrow. You need to see what steps you can do to change your environment, especially if you live in a toxic household. Put yourself out there and see where you can go. Maybe that might be in the same city, maybe that might be in a different city, but changing your environment is everything. Another huge part of changing your environment is being intentional with your relationships. And this could be with family members, love life, and friends. Look at the people around you and the people you hang out with the most. Do they reflect the person you want to be? If not, maybe you need to reevaluate who you hang around. This was a major thing for me. I had some friends in high school and college that I thought I would be friends with for life. When I took a step back to look at some of the people that I was friends with, some of them I was like, wow, you really aren't a good person. Or you live your life so recklessly. What am I gaining from this friendship? And you can have love for a person and still let them go. I don't care how many years you've been friends or how many years you've been together. If that's just not what you see for your life, just let it go. And it's easier said than done. And I do cut somebody off that I really connected with. You mourn that friendship, but when you know what you want in life, you're willing to let go of the things that you need to let go. If you feel like someone in your life is causing more harm than good, maybe it's time to reevaluate those relationships. Start building hobbies and going to places where you might meet people who might have the same values as you. One thing I did when I came to Chicago is I started going to church. I met a friend who lived in the same building as me, and I had known that I wanted to go to church. I had been reading the Bible and everything, but I just hadn't found a church home. And so she invited me out to church, and I went with her, and I've been going ever since. And I've met so many beautiful women inside and out that have just empowered me and spoke love onto me and just embody everything that I envisioned for myself. And I would have never done that had I not moved. You might feel like, oh, just because they do this don't mean I do it. You're still internalizing those things. Just like with music, the music you listen to, you're internalizing those things. So that's something to really think about. Who you surround yourself with is so important. Another reason why I really hated my life, and I'll be honest, y'all, was being done dirty by men. And the reason why I was being done dirty is because I was insecure and lacked boundaries. When you're insecure and lack boundaries, it's so easy for people to prey on you and to use you for what they want. It's a sad reality that people use people with good intentions and people who have a pure heart, but that's just the world we live in. I became so depressed just thinking about the trauma the men that came into my life left me with. I was just like, why every guy I encounter treats me poorly and doesn't do anything for me and walks all over me? It's because I didn't have boundaries and I didn't have self-esteem. If you're somebody like that, take a break from dating, work on your self-esteem, stand up. You should rather want to be alone than to be with someone in pain. Start saying no and not explaining yourself. You need to start living your life for you. One thing I've started to do is to not let other people have so much power over my emotions. If you're not paying me and you're not the Lord Jesus Christ, our Savior, I don't care about your opinion. I don't know if some of you are religious, but maybe you should start thinking like that too. You have one life. Don't spend your one life being embarrassed. Don't spend your one life being scared. Don't spend your one life caring what other people think of you. The Latasia a couple years ago would have never sat here and filmed this video. But today I just have so much confidence, and it just takes work. It takes exposure. So my last point that I want to share in how you can change the life that you hate is to start acting like the dream version of yourself. That idol you might look up to, that celebrity you might look up to, that friend you might look up to, what do they do? What is something that you admire about them? What is something you admire about your dream self? Start doing that. One thing I had to do was start thinking about what my dream self would do on a day-to-day basis. This looked like more self-care. What kind of food would I consume? What kind of outfits would I wear? What kind of lifestyle would I live? And I'm far from perfect, y'all. I started to do the little things that made me feel a lot more girly and just cute. Can't speak right now, my nails aren't done, but I started like doing my own nails, keeping my nails done, trying to keep my hair done, lashes, little things to make me feel more girly, because I like to feel like that and I like to feel put together. I used to think that I just had to be going somewhere for me to get cute, but no, like, get cute on a day-to-day basis. Like, that's totally fine. That's totally okay. The dream girl that I would want to be is always popping. So I started to go for walks and work out more. I started to care about more what I'm putting into my body. I really focused on gut health, started drinking kombucha and like taking my probiotics and taking my vitamins, having a healthier lifestyle. But I'm still not perfect. Like, I still have my down times where I really don't care about what I eat, and I'm just like, girl, I'm about to eat this Ben and Jerry's and it is what it is. But 80 to 90% of the time I try to do what's best for my body. Another thing I did was to start to do the things that I've always said that I wanted to do but never did. You might have things that you want to do in life that you're like, oh, one day I'm going to do this, one day I'm going to do that, but the time never really comes. So one thing I started to do was taking Spanish classes. For a long time, I've wanted to learn Spanish, especially because I work in healthcare and we have a lot of Spanish-speaking patients. It just really helps if you can communicate with them. I'm still learning. I think my pronunciation is good, but I still need more vocabulary. But I started taking Spanish classes and I met some really cool people there. It just felt so great because it was like I was finally doing something that I said that I wanted to do. When you do something that you said you wanted to do, it's like you're keeping a promise to yourself. That also builds your confidence when you put yourself out there and do something that you've always wanted to do. That was part of being my dream version of myself. The Latasia that speaks Espanol, mi español es no bueno, pero quiero aprender. I try to speak Spanish at my job more. I'm like, hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Quieres agua? Galletas? Una cobija? Yeah, I work in a cancer center, but yeah, I try to speak Spanish more at jobs. I still get scared, but I try to do it here and there, and sometimes it makes them really happy when you try to speak Spanish. So I love to put that smile on patients' faces. Maybe that might look like taking Spanish classes for you, taking dancing classes, reading more books, starting a YouTube, posting on YouTube. Something that you just said you wanted to do. I've been wanting to be a YouTuber since I was probably like 12 years old. The dream version of myself is somebody who puts out content. I'm happy that I'm finally doing it. When you just wait around to feel like it's the perfect time or to feel like you have the motivation to do something, you never gonna do it. You're never gonna do it. So you have to start doing things when you don't feel like it. The dream version of yourself is gonna do things no matter the time, no matter the situation. I'm not saying to not have your emotions and not have your bad days, but waiting to do stuff when you feel like it is not gonna get you anywhere. Just get it done. Like, I have the mindset now of just get it done. That's how you improve. That's how you get better. That's how you get more consistent, is doing it, especially when you don't feel like it. Nothing's gonna be perfect. There's never a perfect time. If you wanna do something, just do it. That's how you stop hating your life. Just do what you want to do. Also, practicing gratitude. And I think my spirituality really helped me practice gratitude. I saw this one TikTok where the girl was like, you are literally sitting in answered prayers. You might be sitting in something that you used to dream about. I remember when all I really wanted was a car when I was 16, and now I've had like 4 cars at this point. But there was an old version of you that really wanted a car, really wanted an apartment, really wanted to move out of your city, and you did it. Take a step back to realize what you do have instead of focusing on what you don't have. I'm grateful, thanking God for what I do have. If you don't know how to practice gratitude, even if you do accomplish all the things you want in life, you're never going to be happy because you're not grateful. Remember that you have the life that somebody else dreams about. Like, you might not be happy, but there's somebody who might not have food to eat that night, who might not have any parents at all. don't know how they're gonna pay their rent next month. Low-key me. Just take a moment to think about what you do have. Practice gratitude. Write it down. Thank the Lord. Those are all my points for today. I hope that you learned something from this video. I hope that this video can help you. I do ramble a lot, so I hope I didn't get too distracted during this video, but I really hope that this can help someone. I want you to remember that life is highs and lows, and if you're unhappy right now, that feeling is temporary. You will be happy again. You will get through whatever you're going through, because when have you not? Just remember, everyone's journey is different, and if you're suffering right now, I want to say I'm praying for you. You're valuable in this world. One day you'll look up, be the version of yourself that you always wanted to be. I'm not the complete person that I want to be, but I can say I've taken so many strides. I would love to see what you guys think, hear your advice for improving your life and how to not hate your life. Or if you just want to vent about what you're going through in the comments, I would love to read those as well. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Maybe it's my frontal lobe. Maybe it's God. I don't know.